Welcome back. Hope you had a great little break and a cup of tea. And welcome to Simplified and Supercharged Selling with Managed Payments on eBay. I'm really happy to have Helen Murray, the Head of Australian Payments and Migration, eBay Australia and New Zealand. Few know eBay in Australia better than Helen Murray. Helen started in eBay in London in 2011 as a senior manager for search experience, and after 2 years working in the UK team, she joined the team in Sydney, where she led teams across search, customer experience, shipping, SMB growth, and seller experience. Very pleased to welcome Helen, and over to you, Helen.
It's lovely to see you, Phil. It's been a while. Lots been happening, not least of all the COVID situation, and obviously we would much prefer to be doing this in person, but needs must. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, hopefully you can all see that. Cool. Okay. So as Phil said, I'm going to talk to you about managed payments and simplifying the selling experience on eBay. Phil's given me a lovely introduction, so I shan't bore you with repeating that, and I will go straight into the agenda. I'm going to provide you some context as to what managed payments is and the eBay managed payments journey so far. We'll also talk a bit about what benefits managed payments brings to sellers, and I'll walk you through how to register for managed payments and provide a little bit of detail as to what to expect once your account goes live. So first off, let's take a little revisit around sort of memory lane and what's been happening on the journey so far. So back in 2018, we announced our intentions to intermediate payments. In late 2018, we actually began managing payments in the US. 1 year later, we launched the German operation and continue to expand the offering. Fast forward to April 2020, and we announced that we will continue to expand and it will launch simultaneously in Australia, the UK, and Canada. And I'm very pleased to say that just 10 days ago, on the 18th of July, we actually did just that. We activated our very first sellers on the managed payments platform here in Australia. We will continue adding sellers to the experience over coming weeks, and we anticipate that eBay will manage payments for most sellers by the end of this year. And by the end of next year, we will be largely complete with the journey, and eBay will be managing payments for all buyers and all sellers. Now, until now, the rollout has been paced by the operating agreement with PayPal, and that governed how quickly we could scale our managed payments processing. With this agreement now expired, eBay is free to move really quickly with fully launching managed payments. This will bring customers one step further towards a more seamless user experience with a much more modern managed marketplace. As at the end of the second quarter of this year, eBay is managing payments for nearly 42,000 sellers and $4.7 billion in GMV has been intermediated in the US and Germany. And this has saved sellers $17 million in transaction fees so far. So what is managed payments? I have a great video, which I'm going to show. It's about 1.5 minutes long, and it should give you a nice overview.
Managed payments is the new way business is done on eBay. Now you sell and get paid all in one place. eBay will manage payments for most sellers in 2020. What does this mean for you and your business? First, it's convenient. You can access everything you need in one place. Sellers receive consolidated reports, simplified protections, payout scheduling options, daily or weekly, and simplified fees. You pay just one final value fee for items you sell on eBay and no longer have third-party payments processing fees. Second, your buyers now get more choices in how they want to pay, including credit and debit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Afterpay. Once you sign up for managed payments, eBay will directly pay out into your bank account, so you'll no longer have to transfer funds from a third-party account. With one place for customer support and dispute resolution, you'll save time. And you can choose to display your listings to buyers around the world on international eBay sites, which could help you expand to new markets. Finally, when eBay manages your payments, you get expert payment support during the sign-up process and whenever you need help. Managed payments is essential to deliver an enhanced buying and selling experience on eBay. To register now, visit ebay.com.au/startpayments.
Great. Okay. So what is managed payments then? By managing payments on eBay, we're creating a simpler, more unified experience for our customers. For sellers, eBay managing the payments process simplifies the experience of selling and getting paid on the platform, giving sellers an easier way to manage their businesses. You'll know as a seller that today you have to manage your business in two places. You're managing two relationships, eBay and PayPal. You're managing two sets of policies, two sets of reports, and two sets of customer experience. And that's just to list and sell on eBay. With managed payments, this all becomes available as a single experience in the Seller Hub, becoming the single place for businesses to manage everything: transactions, payouts, reporting, the works. All these simpler processes are designed to give you back time, which should allow you to focus on running and growing your business. From a buyer perspective too, we've been able to provide more flexibility and more choice in payment options. Forms of payment on the platform will now include credit and debit cards, gift cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Afterpay. And we've also simplified the checkout, removing steps to reduce friction in the flow. As eBay scales its management of payments, we will continue to enable new features and enhance capabilities, including adding options for seller financing and more bank payment options in the future as well. Right, so this is how we simplified the process of buying and selling. So for the buyers, the experience is simpler in that they browse and search as normal, find and check out an item with their preferred payment method, pay directly on eBay, receive a single order confirmation from eBay, and their item is shipped and delivered. For sellers, listing items as normal, eBay will let you know as soon as your item is sold. You'll pay selling fees only to eBay at the point of transaction. You'll receive your payout, which will be net of fees, directly into your bank account, and you can schedule payouts either daily or weekly. The Seller Hub will become the one place to manage your business. These slides show the buyer checkout on Apple Pay. So you can see here that the developers and engineers have worked incredibly hard to reduce the number of steps it takes to check out, and that removes friction in the flow, which is always a great aid to conversion. The experience is live today, albeit on a few sellers, but it is live today, so try it out for yourself. So we've simplified processes for sellers in a number of ways, and I'm going to run through those with you. First of all, for getting paid. Your funds will be paid directly into your bank account, which I mentioned, and of course you can schedule your payouts daily or weekly. The payouts are initiated within 2 business days of the transaction, but may take longer to be received by your bank due to their processing time. Seller protections for money-back guarantee claims will continue to apply and will protect you from losing money due to chargebacks and unauthorized transactions. Under managed payments, eBay will guarantee payments on all orders and will require you to ship the item upon receipt of the order. Don't wait to receive payment before you ship the product, as you may have been doing under PayPal. You'll only need to work with eBay customer service for support and service on claims, and you'll be able to execute full or partial refunds. If you've automated your reconciliation processes, then there are new APIs available for you on eBay to integrate with, and those will replace the ones you're currently integrated with on PayPal. In addition, if you use any of the popular online accounting tools, you can sign up to OneSaaS, which is an integration platform, and you can receive a lifetime 20% discount on the subscription fee. There's a free 7-day trial as well, so you can try it out before you buy. And the details are on the Seller Hub on the site if you're interested and want to find out more. I'm going to take you through the fees changes now. Simpler again, simply because there'll be one final value fee that you will pay to eBay without any third-party payment processing fees at all. It's made up of 2 parts, a variable component, and that's dependent on the categories that you sell in and your store tier subscription. And there's a fixed component as well on a per order basis. The final value fee is deducted at the time of the transaction, and the balance is paid into your bank account. Under managed payments, there are also no longer insertion fees for store sellers up to a maximum of 250,000 listings, which is also good news. So I'm going to take you through a couple of the processes that have been simplified to show you just how easy they will be. This screen shows the payments tab within the Seller Hub and shows the payouts settings section. So with managed payments, the proceeds of your sales are paid directly to your bank account, and you've got the option to schedule them weekly or daily as funds are available. You can choose your payout frequency in the payouts sections within the payments dashboard of Seller Hub, and that's shown on the screen now. For seller-initiated refunds, we recognise that partial refunds that you've initiated, as well as full refunds, they require you to log into eBay separately to perform the function in a manner which is simply disassociated from how you're managing your orders on eBay. But with managed payments, you can initiate a full or partial refund for single or multiple items in an order directly from within Seller Hub, and that's up to 90 days after the original transaction. So you simply locate the order in Seller Hub, and from the drop-down menu, select Send Refund. Select a reason for the refund, specify a refund amount, either at the order item level, and then enter the desired refund amount and select Send Refund. You'll see an on-screen confirmation message, and then you'll also receive an email that confirms that your refund has been initiated. And then when the refund is complete, you'll receive an email confirmation, and you'll see the refunded amount when you view the order details. Now, if you're issuing an order level partial refund, the amount will be split proportionately across each item in the order. And you can issue multiple full or partial refunds per order. However, the refund option will not be available once a dispute or claim is opened against an item within the order. You will be able to issue a refund through a return or an item not received case if it's open on the order. This screen shows the reporting that's available within the Payments tab, and there are a number of reports available. So simply choose Payments tab and then Reports from the left-hand side, and you'll see 2 tabs showing, which is Reports and Statements. Your reporting options are for payouts, and in this example on the screen, it shows transactions, and both of those reports are helpful for reconciliations. You can select a custom time frame from the drop-down menus and then click Create Report. And once your report is ready, you'll be able to, you'll see in the list below that you can download it as a CSV file. And you can see also on the screen that it contains the unique and consistent order numbers for the time frame specified. So you might be asking yourselves, how do I join managed payments? Well, I'm going to tell you. So those are some examples of how we're simplifying those processes. So let's just shift gear a little bit. The registration process, and these screenshots show a little bit about how that looks as you initiate that, is in the Seller Hub. We have started identifying sellers that use tools and features that are completely compatible with the new managed payments platform. And we've been sending notifications to those sellers to invite them to register their business details in advance of activation. I'm using the word activation here as your account going live in managed payments. So you may have already received a notification like that. Hopefully you have, and hopefully you've registered. But don't worry if you haven't, it's really just a matter of time. So do keep an eye on your inbox. So when your account is identified as compatible, we'll send you this email notification, and that will request that you register for managed payments. What we'll also do in that email is send you a link which will take you directly back into your seller hub, and at that point you'll be able to see that there's been some changes to layout and functionality, and there'll also be a task in the payments tab and on your overview section to invite you to start your registration process. Entity types, trusts and partnerships are currently not supported within the managed payments platform, but they will be soon. And we'll reach out to you shortly with more details on this. But for now, if you do operate as a partnership or a trust, or have a trust in your ownership structure, then you'll need to wait a little longer before you can register for managed payments. Now, the registration process is a simple process. It's not onerous at all, but it is a really important process. Through the registration process, we will ask you for information which will allow us to understand more about your business, including the details of your company and directors or beneficial owners. You might also be required to upload documentation in support of your submission, like identity documents or bank statements. This is all in line with eBay's obligations under the Australian Anti-Money Laundering and Know Your Customer regulations. So do have these documents to hand before you start the process, makes things a bit easier. And there's a really handy checklist that you can download from the Seller Hub, which gives you all that information as well. Now, once you've registered your business, your account's been identified as fully compatible with managed payments, that's when we'll start sending you notifications about when your account will be activated. So we will give you plenty of notice so that you can make any final preparations. And obviously, if you have any questions, we're here to help. So do get in touch. Within the payments section of the Seller Hub, there are links which fly out from the right-hand side of the pages, and those link you directly to payments customer services. So do reach out if you have questions. So you've registered your business. How do you get ready for managed payments? So we know that sellers operate and work with eBay in a multitude of ways. And so depending on the way that you run your business or your business is set up, there will be different steps that you'll need to take to get ready. If you're integrated into any eBay or PayPal APIs, it's really worth taking stock of those now and visiting our developer portal to get information on what new APIs you will need to integrate with in order to be ready for managed payments. It's also advisable to start thinking about planning, particularly if you have to assign developer resources or have plans that you need to work those resources into. Now, the URL of the developer portal is on the screen now, but if you don't jot it down, don't worry, just simply Google eBay developer portal and managed payments, and it'll come right up to the top of the search results. We have been working with the larger third-party partners like Channel Advisor and Neato and others to get ready in anticipation of the launch. And so if you're with any of those providers, there should be an absolutely seamless transition. But I do recommend that you get in touch with your partner to discuss your situation and so that they can answer any questions that you might have. And if you conduct your business directly on eBay using eBay selling and listing tools, then really you can sit back and relax because you're already good to go. And if you are looking for additional information about managed payments, the Seller Center and the Help Hub are great resources. There's huge amounts of information there for you. So 2 business days before we activate your account on managed payments, we will notify you by email of the date when to expect those changes. So keep an eye on your inbox for that notification. And on your activation day, we will run some processes in the background that will automatically index your listings and apply all the new forms of payment. And those will appear on them automatically for your buyers to take advantage of. At the same time, all the back-end processes in the Seller Hub will be updated. The new tab will appear the new functionality will be enabled. And at this time, there's really nothing for you to do. That all happens independently in the background and will be there for you to take advantage of. Right, so I've actually gone through a fair bit of information with a lot of detail. So I think it's probably prudent to do a bit of a wrap before, or a recap before I wrap. We've talked about managed payments, and I've taken you through how we've successfully launched managed payments on the platform in the US and in Germany, and where we are in our journey right now here in Australia. And I've also talked to you about the fact that we anticipate we'll manage payments for most sellers by the end of this year. We walked through a deep dive of the experience and some of the benefits that you'll experience, and also how we're simplifying buying and selling processes. We've touched on how you can register and what you can expect to see really over the next few weeks and months. We will communicate with you every step of the way. We may over communicate, but I think that's not a bad thing in situations like this. But do make sure that you're opted in to receive our emails to make sure you don't miss out on any of those notifications, and obviously keep an eye on your inbox. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope you found this informative and helpful. As I've said before, there's plenty of resources with additional information about managed payments. So check out the Seller Hub, the Seller Center, and the Help Hub pages, as well as eBay. There's a number of other informative videos there which show you how to do various things in managed payments. So do check it out. So that's all the content that I have for today. I think we have some time for questions.
Yeah, Helen, we've got time for some questions. I'll just bring a few up. Some great news for Channel Advisor sellers with that seamless integration. Yeah, just on managed payments, a question from Mark. Why is eBay final value fee higher in managed payments than it is now?
That's a good question. I mean, it might seem higher, but this is because eBay is actually managing payments end to end, or managing the process end to end. And so with that, you're only actually going to see one final value fee, and you're only going to pay one fee to eBay. So there's not actually going to be any other third-party payments processing fees to pay. We've also structured these new rates to so that most sellers will see overall savings. And there's a couple of other benefits as well. I think I mentioned that there's no longer any insertion fees up to a maximum threshold of 250,000 listings. And of course, there's all of the additional forms of payment, including Google Pay, Apple Pay, and Afterpay, and that's at no extra cost to sellers. And of course, simpler selling. There's no longer any need to manage a second relationship or reconcile finances between two companies.
Great. Question from Jane. How will eBay protect sellers against chargebacks and false claims in managed payments?
So if the transaction is eligible for protection, eBay will cover the amount of the dispute and of course waive the fee where you've provided adequate proof of delivery or refunded the buyer, depending on the dispute. And from a process perspective, where there is a dispute, we may also ask for documentation to support it, which we'll submit to the relevant financial institution. There may be situations where eBay already has enough information to challenge the dispute, and in that case, we'll just submit to the finance institution on your behalf. But once you've accepted a dispute or challenged it by providing evidence, we will update the status of the case by email as we receive updates from the financial institution. But you can also check the status in the Resolution Centre.
Right. A question from Glenda. Why do I have to provide so much information to eBay, and will my data be secure?
All right, so I was expecting this. So this is where it gets a bit technical, and I'm actually going to read from a prepared script from our legal compliance team on this, so I don't get it wrong. So eBay is a reporting entity for the purposes of Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorism Financing Act of 2006 in Australia. Therefore, we're required to collect and verify information about our sellers to ensure we know who they are. This process is called Know Your Customer, or KYC. All information we collect is maintained securely and is subject to the Privacy Act of 1988, which regulates the collection, use, disclosure, quality, and security of personal information. In order to register for managed payments, eBay requires that you provide identity verification, business ownership details, and bank details. This is for your protection, so eBay can verify seller identity to fulfill anti-money laundering, AML, and Know Your Customer, KYC obligations. And that was quite a mouthful, I'm sorry about that, but I understand that you'd have had to have provided similar information the last time that you opened a bank account, or indeed actually opened your PayPal account. It would have been a similar process. Fair
enough. You've got to get dot the I's and cross the T's, especially when it comes
to... Do you feel educated? That's the question.
I've got one more here. Anonymous question from the audience. What are the options for financial reconciliation with managed payments?
So if you manage your business directly on eBay, you can see pretty much everything you need will be in the Seller Hub. There's a heap of reporting in the Seller Hub that's available to you from the moment you go live. And those reports are all downloadable. You can have monthly statements, payouts, transaction reports. There are multiple filter options which show all the orders awaiting shipment, and those awaiting payment and more. These reports will download about a year's worth of data, and we'll be storing them for you for 7 years. So there's also performance insights graphics and post-transaction reports as well, which include returns, items not received, and items not as described. If you are integrating with PayPal currently for your reconciliation, that integration will need to change to the new eBay Finance API. And if you have integrations directly with your accounting softwares, you'll need to talk to them about any changes that come up, because the payment that comes through will be slightly different in that it's net of eBay fees. So you'll need to make one-off changes to accommodate that.
Great. The more data, the better for our sellers, so they can understand what's going on. Look, thank you so much for your insights today, Helen. Your experience and sharing that with our audience.
Thank you.